Hi team, Adam Thompson here from My Mortgage. Today discussing the merits of fixing your mortgage longer term. It definitely flies in the face of the advice that we've been giving for the last few years, where the shorter term rates appear to have been given the best value. But with the massive tumble we've had down over the last year or so, we're now getting to what appears to be the bottom of the interest rate curve. Obviously we'll never know that until we look back, so there's no way of saying for certainty, but a lot of the economists are saying, hey look, the economy's not doing so bad, property's roaring along, we're not going to see interest rates go below 2% with the main banks, we're not going to see a negative OCR, which means we're going to start going on that other side of the interest rate curve and start creeping back up again. Especially there's going to be some inflationary pressures, as there's obviously been a lot of money pumped into the economy, and that tends to push the interest rates up a little bit as well. So, and obviously, global factors as well still affect us, other economies around the world doing better. So we think now, if you're in a position where fixing longer term is something that is going to work well for you, and I'm going to do another video, actually, and I'll link it below to explain the risks about long versus short term. It might be the time to look at fixing longer term. And how long is that? Look, we think, say, 2 years is probably just halfway there. It's not quite far enough. You could find yourself coming out and then having quite high fixed rates and not taking advantage of these really low ones. We're negotiating some really good 3-year fixed rates at the moment. As I stand here today in the middle of March, that is sort of around 2.5%, although some banks are still up to 7 to 8. So we're doing a lot of negotiating, we're doing refinancing for people. Definitely if your bank's offering you something over 2.5, you want to be having a conversation about it that might be able to go lower. And obviously we can do that for you. And if not with your own bank, we can find one who will. You're going to be fixing for a long term. Those gains start to aggregate quite well over time. So the other option is looking out to 5 years. A lot of banks are doing that for just a shade under 3% or around 3%. Now, especially if you've got investments or you're set in your life, you know where things are going over the next 5 years, that could be a really good option. But look, this is just a general overview. The key thing is that it's got to be right for your situation. I've seen a lot of people make mistakes based on something they've read in the Herald or a friend's told them at the pub, without considering the factors of their own situation and what would happen if their situation's changed or whatnot. So the general overview is I think we should be leaning toward longer term fixed rates, and really what I'm saying is let's have a conversation about that. Talk to me or one of our other advisors. We'll talk you through what's going to work right for your situation, run some numbers and get you on the right track.